most trustless name in news.
Bitcoin all-time high predictions. Everyone has their own 2 cents on this topic. They're everywhere, but nobody gets them right, even myself. Although I think I've come up with a strategy that is going to accurately predict this cycle's all-time high. And guess what? It's not 400K, it's not 500K. So is it more or less? We'll find out in about 10 minutes because it's time for Chico Crypto. So who got it wrong last time? Well, let's begin with me. June 11th, 2021, I put out my own personal Bitcoin prediction video. Let's listen into it now. I'm sticking to the Chico guns. The top for this cycle will be between 100K to 200K by December 2021. That is and has been my prediction for a long time. But if I had to give you a specific number and day, how about right here, 150K by December 15th, 2021. I predicted a 150K top happening December 15th of 2021. As we all know, the real all-time high this last cycle came November 10th, 2021, and the price reached was $69,000. So last cycle, I overestimated the date by just over a month, and I overestimated by $81,000. My personal percentage error in my calculation was 117%. Now let's dive deeper into the world of crypto influencers. How about one people listen to and watch feverishly? Raoul Pal, macroeconomist and founder of the investment group Real Vision. Every time he talks on another crypto YouTuber's channel, the videos get at least 100K views as people gobble his garbage up. So let's listen into Raoul's prediction for Bitcoin's all-time high from the last cycle when he spoke on the Bankless podcast in April of 21.
I've also mapped the Bitcoin price versus Bitcoin 2013. They look pretty similar. And there's a bunch of other ways I do it with Bitcoin with log charts and regression analysis, stuff like that. Generally speaking, I think it's somewhere between 250 to 400,000 with an outside chance of 1 million if we get an extended cycle.
We're talking the end of 2021, or are we talking longer term than that?
End of 2021, March 2022, something like that.
Raoul wouldn't give a specific prediction. He gave a range between 250K to 400K, sometime between the end of 2021 and March of 2022. So let's just take the average of his prediction. Since he said sometime between the end of 21 and March of 22, we will say his estimation was February of 2022. This means he overestimated the top by over 3 months. And then he said between 250K to 400K. Average price of those two numbers is $325,000. The difference between his prediction and the real all-time high of 69K was an error of over 371%. And Raoul used all those fancy technical tools to come up with his prediction, log charts, regression analysis.
Descending triangle, line here, line there, lines everywhere.
But he couldn't beat Chico Crypto, where I just pulled my prediction out me bunghole.
Bunghole!
What the hell's a bunghole?
Now let's go even deeper into the world of predictions from influencers. How about the CryptoTuber TA technical analysis expert all-star, Benjamin Cowen? Yes, Ben Cowen uses charting, technical tools, and all that jazz to make his decision, which I've always said is hogwash for the most part. Well, Ben Cowen had a prediction that he held even after the bubble burst. Ben Cowen believed in a lengthening cycle theory, where the last Bitcoin cycle would be a whole lot longer than the previous ones. Let's listen into his prediction right now, put out in December of 2021, even after the bubble burst.
I mean, I expect diminishing returns fully, but even with diminishing returns, Bitcoin could go 100K, 200K. I mean, we won't get the same returns as last cycle until Bitcoin were to hit $300,000. So like, I think we have a long way to go. And what you notice is that every cycle kind of has this popping moment. Like, as you can see, like the first cycle had happened after 300 days or so. Second cycle happened 700 something days. Third cycle happened around just below 1,100 days. Currently, we're already beyond that, and people think the cycle's over. I'm still waiting for that final pop.
But when would the cycle top be? Well, Ben did say this before that video as well.
Remember, the price predictions that I put out back in 2019 for over the next few years was to ultimately hit $100,000 to $200,000 by 2023. Now, I know there's not a guarantee that we're going to make it there by 2023, but this is a projection we put out years ago, and it does seem at least somewhat possible that we could make it to six figures by sometime in 2023. And you can at least see that the upper logarithmic regression band does at least allow for a $100,000 Bitcoin, which is not something that it allowed for not that long ago. I mean, if you go back to February 2021, the bounds on the upper logarithmic regression band were ranging from approximately 57K to 85K. And that was when we actually went into the upper logarithmic regression band. If you sort of zoom in here, this is why we said back in March and April that the market was too overheated and we needed to cool off for a little while.
Yeah, Cowen was way off regarding time. He believed the last cycle peak would happen sometime in 2023. We're giving him the benefit of the doubt and saying January of 2023, which means his top prediction was off by over 13 months. Also, he wouldn't give a firm price prediction, somewhere between 100K to 300K. So we will take the average of those two numbers, which would put his prediction at 200K. So Ben had a percentage error in his prediction of 189%. Charting, technical tools, me bunghole, what's better?
You will not disrespect my bunghole.
Well, let's move on to another popular influencer, the creator of the stock to flow model, PlanB. PlanB didn't do videos back in 2021, so all we have is what he said. And the likes of Cointelegraph covered this in June of 21. From the article, we can see his prediction. PlanB said, now even the worst case scenario for Bitcoin would still see it trade at 47,000 in August. A slight reversal in September places the minimum target at 43K for that month, only to be followed by 63,000 in October, near the current all-time highs. Then things heat up with 98,000 on the cards in November and a giant 135,000 by the end of the year. Wait until you see my base case and best case scenarios. Okay, hint, best case, December, 450K. So PlanB was predicting a top in December of 21, just like me. He was off just over a month or so. But his range for the price prediction was in between 135K to 450K. Taking the average of these two, we get a price of about $292,000. The percent error in his prediction was 324%. Stock to flow or Chico Crypto's bunghole?
My bunghole will speak now.
Well, let's finish off this last cycle prediction with another influencer like myself, the Crypto Lark. So let's watch his prediction video right now, posted in October of 21.
You will get a $50 Bitcoin bonus when using the promo code LARK. There's also a referral code down there in case it asks you for that. Now let's go ahead and get into this topic. This is the chart hopium that you need that's going to show you how Bitcoin could realistically reach $100,000 within the next few months and how it's likely going to go much higher than that, with a cycle top somewhere between $180,000 to $280,000.
Yep, that chump was an undisclosed paid shill for the failed and bankrupt mega scam in the crypto market Celsius, but then made a prediction. Bitcoin would top somewhere between 180K to 200K. When would this happen? Well, he'd said this later on in the video.
So if we got up to 2,000% gains, that would give us a $200,000 Bitcoin, targeting that in Q1 2022.
Sometime in Q1 of 2022, aka somewhere between January and March of that year. Aka in the middle of this, it puts his prediction in February like Raoul, which means he also overestimated the top date by over 3 months. But his price prediction was between 180K to 200K. The average of these two numbers is 190K. This means his percentage error was 175%. Hopefully from this analysis of influencers, crypto tubers like Lark and I, technical influencers like Cowen and PlanB, and macro investors outside of crypto like Raoul, you can come to the conclusion that none of us know what the fuck we are talking about.
Yeah, they're disrespecting us. They're disrespecting our bungholes.
We were all severely off in our price predictions, although my predictions were the closest. Only 2 of us were close on the timing, Raoul and myself, who were off by about a month. But my price prediction was the closest. And remember, it came from my butthole.
So, like, want to share our essence? I'm a prophet.
So beware of these influencers coming out of the dirty bear once again to get everybody to FOMO in once again. They are back making big outlandish price predictions once again. Here is Raoul Pal just a couple days ago.
Bitcoin finishes this cycle closer to 250,000. I think a lot of people are lower. I think it might be higher because of the dynamics of the ETF and other stuff.
Raoul is predicting similar to last time. He's putting Bitcoin hitting at the lower range of his last prediction. Bitcoin hitting 250K this cycle. How about Ben Cowen? Well, Ben has been wrong so many freaking times and he just keeps putting out these hogwash TA videos and people keep gobbling it up. This is what he had to say in September of last year when he was predicting Bitcoin was going to fall off a cliff and crash, which it didn't.
I think it's important to recognize that there is this aspect, and there has been this aspect of diminishing returns, right? So like, 3 cycles ago, we saw Bitcoin go up, thousands, like hundreds of X, right? Like 600, 700X. The cycle after that, it went up 500X. The cycle after that, it went up 100X from the bottom. Last cycle, it went up, like 20 some odd X from the bottom. So it probably depends on where the bottom is. I mean, if the bottom's already in, then yeah, I mean, maybe we go slightly above the prior highs, maybe 100K.
Slightly above the previous all-time high. We are already slightly above the higher high of 69K. Just watch Ben change his whole thesis and prediction sometime soon, saying between 100K and 200K. Now that his previous prediction has been completely invalidated. What about PlanB? Well, PlanB posted this last month, a prediction. He tweeted, Bitcoin equals 26 ounces of gold. It would surprise me if Bitcoin would stay below 100 ounces of gold in 2024 and 25. And then below, they confirmed that this would place Bitcoin at least 200K. It would reach even more if the gold price rises. What about crypto, Lark? Well, they aren't making any solid predictions yet, but they will. But let's listen what they had to say.
We can sort of safely assume that the price of Bitcoin in January 2025, for example, is going to be anywhere between $35,000 and $380,000. Wow, Lark, thanks for the alpha here, buddy.
Between 35K and 380K. The average of those two would put his prediction above $200,000. So what about my prediction? Am I saying 200K or above like many of them, or just barely above the all-time high? Well, I'm a bit more conservative than 200K, even more conservative than the last time around. Here's my prediction I put out in December of last year, even before the hype of this year. So you heard it here first. Bitcoin will reach this price, $113,500, sometime between October and December of 2025. Yep, my strategy. Pull the predictions out my bunghole based on prior cycles. It's just simple math. You don't need complicated TA.
Some of these dumbasses are trying to learn. You were saying some mangles or something.
What do you guys and gals think? Are you more bullish like the other tubers, or are you more conservative like myself? Let me know your exact price prediction and month and year of the all-time high of this cycle in the comments. I can't wait to read your predictions. Cheers. I'll see you next time.
The most trustless name in news.